The arrows you see being plotted on the chart behind me are a custom study that I created to showcase good buying opportunities on stocks, and it utilizes price action only. I recently made a video on this study and it got a lot of likes, which means you all like the study, but it also got a lot of comments asking if I could make a similar signal to help time exits. So of course that is what we are going to be building today. If you need a refresher on what the buy signal is doing, here is the source code for that. It accepts two input parameters, one of SMA length, one of low length. Then it is plotting the arrows when the low of the current candle is lower than the lowest low value out of the last X number of bars back. That X number of bars back is of course determined by the user from the input parameter of low length. By default, I have it set to 15, and the close of the current candle must be greater than the moving average, which its length can also be determined by the user. By default, I have it set to 200. The central idea is that we are looking for macro strong stocks, so above their 200 simple moving average, but currently on dips, thus below the lowest low value out of the last 15 bars. You can see that to be true here on McDonald's. The 200 simple moving average is plotted within the study itself as this cyan line. So when we are above that and when we are breaking down, you get the buy signals. And actually within the study here, just quickly for an example's sake, I have turned on a plot to showcase to us, to visualize the lowest low value out of the last 15 bars. So you can see, of course, when we are down below that and above the 200 simple moving average, that is when you are getting the buy signals plotted on the chart. And right now, actually, this buy signal is actually the free study that I have published over on my website, daytradingstrategies.net. The website will be linked in the description down below, so go check out the free study and you can easily import these buy arrows if you would like. And if you enjoy the free studies, I have also published over 150 other custom ThinkorSwim codes on this website. So feel free to come in, read the reviews, sort of learn about how the website works, and decide if it's something that you would like to sign up for. So now that you know how the buy signal works, you can start to understand how we're going to build the sell signal. We'll do it very similarly. We will sell when the highest high value out of the last X number of bars back is broken by the current candle. So this will be a buy the dip, sell the rip type study. So to create a new study, we're going to come into our studies, edit studies, and while we're of course under the study subtab here, I'm going to go into create. Now, I sort of went back and forth. Should I create this as a new study or should I just add it to this study? I'm going to create it as a new one, as there might be reason that someone would only want to run this sell signal study. They might have other ways that they determine their entrances, but might like this idea for their exit. At the end of the video, I will show you how you can combine the two studies if you'd like to have them both running within one. But for now, let's go ahead and hit create. And I'll go ahead and get myself situated so that you all can see the code a little bit easier. Once again, much like the buy arrows at the top of our code, we are going to create a couple of input parameters so that the front end user can easily adjust the code. I make all of my codes as adjustable as possible because that's what I want you to do, right? I want you to take the codes from my website or that I teach you here on my YouTube channel, and I want you to customize them for what works to help fit your own personal trading goals, because they're going to be different for everybody. There's no such thing as like a code that's going to work for every single trader. So I want to make them as customizable as possible. So to do that, we are going to create a variable declared with the keyword input. This one will be called highest length. And once again, by default, I'll set it equal to 15. And then also let's create an MA, MA length, and set it equal to 200. Also, once again, within this study, let's actually just go ahead and delete this line of code down here. Within this study, I will also plot the moving average within it, much like we did inside of our buy study. This way you just don't have to also turn on the 200 simple moving average. You can just turn on one study and it's all right there. So instead of using the declaration keyword of input, this time we want something to actually show up on our chart. So we're going to declare our variable with the keyword plot. I will name it MA, and we will reference the simple moving average study that exists within ThinkorSwim. Any study that you can turn on your chart in ThinkorSwim, all you have to do is type in the name of that study with open and close parentheses into a ThinkScript code, and you can reference that data. So the name of simple moving average study in ThinkorSwim is simple moving AVG. I'm going to open the parentheses. These parentheses exist to denote the parameters of the study itself. We need to, of course, edit the length parameter, set it equal to whatever that MA length variable is storing. So now we'll close our parentheses, end every single line of code with a semicolon. If we now come out, let's actually turn off the buy signal. If we now come out and just run our new study, you will see we are still plotting that 200 simple moving average. And hey, if you don't like that, like maybe someone's watching me do this and is like, well, Trey, what if I only want to see the arrows? What if I don't want like another line on my chart? You can come into the settings cog of the study here, by the way, which is also where you can easily change the input parameters of the highest length and the MA length. But there is a section down here called plots. You can turn off this plot to simply uncheck the show plot box, and now the moving average won't be on your chart. So if you don't want it, it's that easy to turn off as well. Once again, fully customizable. So we've pretty much built our Lego pieces, right? We've created the pieces we need to create the equation to get this line plotted. So now all we need to do is come on down. Let's create, once again, obviously another plot variable, as this is going to be our build for the arrow itself. Let's go ahead and plot. We'll call it sell signal, and we can go ahead and begin to build out where we want our sell signal. So we want the high of the current candle to be greater than the highest high value out of the last X number of bars back, which we have stored within our highest length variable. Those are the two parameters that the function highest accepts, data being high and length being the second. So let's go ahead and put in, whoops, I deleted my comma. Let's go ahead and put in highest length here. And something else very important whenever you're kind of comparing price action like this, you want to offset this value by 1. That just means that everything's going to shift 1 bar to the left as it pertains to the highest high value out of the last 15 bars. And you do that because, of course, the current bar's high can never be greater than itself, right? So you have to kind of shift everything to the left. You do that by using brackets, the number of bars you want to displace, in our case, just 1, close brackets. And we need to append another condition onto when our arrow will be plotted. Remember, the close is greater than MA, being the variable that we have plotted that simple moving average under. I misspelled highest length. All I need to do to fix that is spell correctly. Okay, now we have the equation built for our arrow. But if I hit apply on this now, you'll notice nothing here on the chart. There are no arrows being drawn yet. We have to now actually use some look and feel functions to actually get the arrow to appear, right? We've just sort of told the machine where we would like our arrows to appear, but we haven't told it what to put there yet. So let's hop into some look and feel functions. The first one is going to be called set painting strategy. This is where we're going to tell the machine, hey, we want to see arrows pointing down when the sell signal variable is true. That second part of that statement I just said is very important. Only when the sell signal is true. So to signify that, we need to utilize dot notation. We're going to do sell signal dot set painting strategy. What this means is now this look and feel function knows that it is related to the sell signal variable. It knows that, hey, where the sell signal arrow should be plotted, this is what we're going to plot. That is what dot notation does. It sort of references the two together. Open parentheses, we are going to go painting strategy dot Boolean arrow underscore down, close parentheses, end your line of code with a semicolon. Let me just quickly explain in layman's terms what I did there. We had to utilize dot notation again to input this parameter within the set painting strategy. The Boolean arrow down value is not stored natively within ThinkorSwim. Instead, it is stored inside of the painting strategy data type. So you have to let the machine know that, hey, look in the painting strategy data type, pull in the value of Boolean arrow down. Why we use Boolean arrow down instead of just arrow down, because there is a value of just arrow down as well. You'll notice if I delete Boolean, I'll get no errors. But the way we're building this and what Boolean means in this context is that only paint the arrow if the cell signal is true. So it's like kind of doing a true or false, yes or no Boolean check. And then if the check is yes, then we paint the arrow down. So if I hit apply, we should now see arrows plotted on the chart when the when the current bar's high is greater than the highest high value out of the last 15 bars. Now, I want to also change the color of these arrows. You noticed on my buy signal, the arrows were white. I want to do the same thing here. So once again, let's go cell signal dot. Oh, I can't spell. Cell signal dot, and this time we're going to reference the look and feel function, assign value color. It accepts a parameter of color, so we're going to go color dot white, close parentheses, end our line of code with a semicolon. We hit apply. The arrows are now white. I just think that looks cleaner. I think it helps them stand out better against the green and red candles. So as we look at this same sort of stock segment that we've been looking at, you can now see when the stock pushes up into new local highs, when it gets that rip, you are getting your sell signal painted on the chart as expected. Obviously, the next thing we want to do is also turn back on our buy signal and just take a look at how this looks. So now, like, if you're buying these dips here, even if you're like scaling in on each of these buy signals, you get this rip, really nice trade, right? If you're entering this dip here, you get this rip, really nice trade. You enter this dip here, you get this rip, that is a really nice trade. So once again, the central idea of these two studies is to be a reversal trading strategy. Buy the dip, sell the rip on macro strong stocks above their 200 simple moving average. And I've actually gone ahead and added the price action sell signal that we've built in today's video to my free ThinkorSwim scripts page over on my website. So once again, daytradingstrategies.net, linked in the description down below. Click the link to access the free codes, and you can easily import now both the buy and sell arrows that have been showcased in today's video for completely free. Hey, quickly before I end this clip, if you need help learning how to import codes into ThinkorSwim, there is a learn how to import button here at the bottom, but I'll also just very quickly show you all you need to do within your ThinkorSwim. Set up in the top right, open shared item, paste in that TOS link. Don't like navigate to the TOS URL or anything like that. You just copy and paste the link into this, preview and import, and just like that, you have it available from your studies list, just like you would turn on any other study. You simply double click, and now that study is on your chart. If you would like both of these scripts to be running in just one study, if you're someone that's going to be running both the buy and sell signals, it's more annoying than necessary to have to turn on two separate studies, right? So let me just show you all you need to do. I'm just going to quickly come in and copy the code that we wrote from the sell signal today. And now over in our buy signal, I'm going to give myself some space and paste it in. First off, we can go ahead and delete the input MA length and plot moving average, as that is already being done within the buy signal itself. And just like that, I believe that's all we need to do. If I now turn off my sell signal study, yeah, I'm now just running my one buy study, but because I copied in the code and once again just simply deleted the moving average code from the sell, now just within one study, you can have both arrows running. So that is an option available to you if that is what you would like to do. I just want to showcase quickly to help give some validity to the idea of this study. I have built a trading strategy around the study exactly as we have built it, with the same buy signals and the same sell signals. I just plugged in a couple of add order functions down here to actually visualize the entrance and exits based on the conditions. Now, I also have the strategy scaling in up to 10 times. As long as the buy condition is true, the strategy will enter. That's why you see like all these buys into the sell, all these buys into the sell, a couple of buys here into the sell. That is how I personally like to play my reversal trading setups. I like to scale into positions. Anyway, with this strategy created, and once again, this is just something I whipped up. It's not even something that I plan on publishing. If enough of you ask for it, maybe I can publish it on the website, but I just wanted to give some validity to this. Over the last 5 years on the daily chart, McDonald's 79% win rate, only a 15% max drawdown. Very nice. SPY has a 95% win rate, this being the S&P 500 ETF, only a 1% max drawdown. Really nice. Nvidia has a 100% win rate. Obviously, that means 0% max drawdown, just a little bit ridiculous. Nvidia is Nvidia. You don't expect them to all be that well, but Tesla, 75% win rate, pretty high max drawdown on Tesla, so maybe not great on the super volatile ones. Apple, 81% win rate. We go look at something. I'm just clicking through names now. Microsoft, 89% win rate. You can see just very high win rates with a strategy built using just the price action studies that we built in today's video. I hope you find value in today's video. I hope you go check out my website, daytradingstrategies.net. I mean, at least go and get access to these free codes. Take advantage of the free codes I'm giving away, if nothing else. And just remember, as easy as it is to import those free codes, like I showcased to you quickly, every single one of the 150 plus coded studies, there are scanners, trading strategies, etc. on the website, all come with those TOS share links, and they're all that easy to import. So if you're interested in really taking your trading to the next level and getting access to all that, sign up over on the website. Today, you get access to everything for one low price. Once you're signed up, you have everything. So consider signing up as well. If you did learn something in today's video, please take the half second, hit the like button. If you would like to continue learning, make sure you subscribe to the channel down below. And with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and sign out of today's video, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.